Hello guys, my name is Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Reader, and welcome to another video. As you can see from down below, I'm doing a book haul. I have problems, and you're wondering, Sabrina, why the hell are you doing a book haul? You're a college student, you're broke, and I'm wondering the same thing as you, fellow viewer. I am. Anyways, just to give you a bit of background for this book haul, my school, Centenary, hosts a thing called the Book Bazaar every year, in which there's just like this huge sale of books, and you get books for really cheap, and it's just amazing. It's so cheap. You get books as cheap for 25 cents, so I was like, of course I'm going to go to the thing. I mean, cheap books. Like, my favorite two things together, cheap things and books. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm gonna show you. And as you can see, I didn't break anything. As you can gonna see, I bought tons of books. Yes. So let's start. By the way, send me mail. I'll put my mailing address down below. Let's become pen pals. The first book that I bought is a book that I already own like 5 different editions to, and it's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë. This is a copy from the 50s. It's hardback, and it's really well loved and stuff, but I think it's beautiful. It has illustrations. Just look at this, it's watercolored, and it was only $1. And I was like, hey, I collect different editions of Jane Eyre because it's my favorite book, and this was $1, and it's beautiful, so I bought it. Second book that I bought is a book that I read back in 8th grade and I absolutely love, and it's Night by Ellie Wiesel, and it's a memoir about World War II and about the Holocaust, and it's such an impactful story. It's such a heartbreaking and devastating story that I liked it so much, so I bought it, and guess what? It was 50 cents. I also bought Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West by Gregory Maguire, and I bought this because I love the musical, and I know this is really, it's a bit more dark than the musical, and there's no singing, which sucks, but I have Son of a Witch, and I love everything about the Wizard of Oz and about things like this, so it was $1. I also bought A Bison Man by John Steinbeck. I heard great things about this book, and hey, 50 cents. The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, and this is a book that I had to read for my English 101 class, and hey, I saw it at the Book Bazaar. It was $1. I bought it. I also bought Pride and Prejudice and Zombies for $1 by Jane Austen and Seth Grahame-Smith, and I bought it because 1, it was $1, and 2, the movie is coming out soon, and I don't have high expectations for a movie, but hey, it's Jane Austen and zombies. I love both of them, and Matt Smith is gonna be in the movie, so. I also bought The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman / Bay, and I bought it because I like the story and I love Neil Gaiman, and this is hardback, and it was only $1.50, so yes. I also bought Where Things Come Back by John Corey Laley. I think this is the original cover, yes. And I've heard so many great things about this book. I also got Just One Day by Gail Forman. It was only $1, and I got it because a lot of people love it, and I was like, hey, I need something romantic, I need something contemporary, I need something that will give me some like Anna and the French Kiss feels. So I got this now. I also got one book that I was missing from the Mortal Instruments, and it's City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. It was only $1, and I was like, hey Sabrina, you're missing City of Fallen Angels and City of Lost Souls. Here's City of Fallen Angels for $1. So I bought it. I also bought The Awakening by Kate Chopin, and I read this book a year ago and even did a review about it, link down below, and I loved it so much, and it was only 50 cents, so I bought it. I also bought The Catcher in the Rye, book that I already own. By the way, send me mail. I'll put my mailing address down below. Let's become pen pals. And in a different edition, but hey, 50 cents. I can always have an extra copy or give it to a friend. I also bought Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, a comic / graphic novel that is amazing and really popular and really famous, and I got it for $2. And last and definitely not least, but Advance Dragons by George R. R. Martin, and it's the 5th book in the Gate and Song of Ice and Fire, and I'm so happy that I got this edition because the edition that I own is a brick, and every time that I try to read it, it's really hard to read. The font is really tiny, it's too much paper, and too many, the size is horrible, and it's not motivating, so I got this one, and I really like that it's big and floppy. So yes, and it was only $2, so yeah. Now I will try to do the impossible feat of stacking these books. And hey, I can do it! Oh! Hi guys, welcome to a slightly messier version of my room, and you're wondering, Sabrina, why hasn't this video ended? I want to go to sleep or do things that are important with my life. But guess what? I went back to the book bazaar and bought more books. What can I do? I have a problem, guys. Somebody called Bookaholics Anonymous. Because during the second day of the book bazaar from 1 to 4, all the books and all the items were half off. So the books that are really cheap or even cheaper. So it's like, hey, gotta go back. Gotta get myself more stuff. And that's what I did. The first item that I bought is Amy Rogers' Epic Detour in hardback. Contemporary and adult book that I know that everybody in Booktubers has heard about. And it was originally $1.50. But with the half price, I got this for 75 cents. I also got the St. Martin's Handbook, and this is a book that we are forced to buy for school. And usually this book, like many people, bought this book for $20, and I bought it for 75 cents. You heard it right. I also got The Brief and Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz, and I've heard a lot about it recently, so that's why I picked it up. I know it has like some Latino thing. The next book that I bought is a book that I wanted to read since a long time ago, and it's The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, and everybody has heard about this book and everybody has read this book and watched the movie, but I haven't because they're, conspiracies and satanic Illuminati. No, not really. But my parents were like that. They were like, Sabrina, don't watch that. But hey, this was only 62 cents. The last book that I got is Test of the Uber Bills by Thomas Hardy, and it's a classic, and it's about this girl whose life is shit, and I love those stories, especially if they're set in the Victorian era. So hey, gotta get it, and it was only 37 cents. The last 3 things that I bought are not actually books, but were there, and they were really cheap, and I really wanted them, so I bought it. First extra thing that I got is Glee, Season 1, Volume 1, and yeah, I like Glee, and the thing is that I bought it because I used to own it back in the 8th grade, but I lent it to a friend, and that friend lost it. But I found this one for $1.50. And lastly, I bought 2 puzzles. 2 1,000-word puzzles, and they're hometown collection puzzles, so they're like hometown-ish, they're like nature-ish. And I'm just really excited because I love making puzzles, and I love doing puzzles, and each of these puzzles was 75 cents, so I'm happy. So, and I also bought them because I like to hang out in my dorm lobby a lot, and I hang out with my friends in there, so I thought, hey, we can build puzzles in the lobby. I'm so lame, I know, but I'm proud. I'm lame and proud. So that is my real ending to this video. Thank you for watching this really long video. Hope you like this haul, and happy reading. Bye guys.